Um, for practice this week, I'm heading into an interesting week because on Thursday I'm teaching at Yoga in the Park, which is this massive event in Seattle at Gasworks. And the anticipation of it is a little interesting because I've taught in like so many different capacities and different events over the years. Um, but I always like get nervous about getting nervous, even though I've taught thousands of classes. Um, and so trying to remind myself that this offering on Thursday is not about me, and it's an opportunity for me to share this practice with the community and with people who I haven't got to practice with before. Um, and so just seeing that shift in perspective, or trying to create that shift in perspective, to see the opportunities that arise as opportunities, um, and to trust that when we show up authentically, like that resonates with people, even if that authentic showing up is the nervousness or being in awe of the experience that we're in. Like all of that is part of being a human. Most people stepping in to stand up in front of a crowd of like 1,000+ people would have some sort of like anticipation, mostly because we care. So the flow this week, because of that and this practice that's coming up, is like a little bit more simplified, which I think is good for all of us to come back to the foundation of breath and the fact that the shapes are just a small fraction of the practice and really a tool for deeper insight, for deeper connection. So anyhow, it's a long way of saying the flow this week's a little bit more simple, prepping for class on Thursday. But we'll start in our seated meditation or Savasana, whatever you prefer. We're going to be moving from Savasana eventually, so if you want to start laying down, that's where we'll end up in a moment. But go ahead and take a moment to settle into your space, allowing your eyes to close as you adjust to the support of the earth. And starting to bring your attention towards the natural flow of your breath. Just begin to notice the movement of inhale in and exhale out. And as you start to feel the natural cadence of your breath, you also feel the beat of your heart in your chest. That steady pulse, that rhythm of life moving through you. And you feel the support of the ground holding you. The structure of your body in space. And as you start to deepen your breath, letting every inhale get a little bit fuller. Allowing every exhale to get a little bit slower. And as each breath in stretches nice and wide. And as each exhale gets really slow, steady, and complete. We feel the mind begin to clear a little bit. And can we give ourselves permission to arrive completely present to this moment, to the opportunity of our practice and this time that we've set aside to be here, intimately engaged and connected with body and breath. Staying with your breath and this awareness of body, go ahead and bring maybe one or both hands to your heart, perhaps setting an intention for your practice, perhaps setting the intention of seeing your practice as an opportunity. An opportunity for deeper awareness, deeper connection, for setting up your day for success, whatever resonates with you in this moment. And as we hold these intentions, let's just take one round of cleansing breath together. A deep inhale in through your nose, nice and full. And then an open mouth exhale, let that breath go. As we shift back into our Ujjayi pranayama, inhales and exhales moving intentionally through the nose, we'll find our way into Savasana in a full body stretch. So if you're not already laying down, go ahead and lay down. Start to send your arms up and overhead. Take a moment here to find some movements, maybe just circling through ankles and wrists. Might start to wake up through your fingers and your toes. And then we'll start to bring both knees to the body, pull your thighs to your chest. Take a moment here to check in, maybe finding a sway from left to right, or drawing some circles with your knees. And as you return to stillness at center, interlace both of your hands at your right shin. Lengthen your left leg forward and down to the earth, wind removing pose. Send a deep breath into your belly, maybe pull your right thigh a little bit closer to you. And then we'll exhale to our supine twist. Right knee is going to tip over to the left. As you arrive into your twist, let your right shoulder and your right knee get nice and heavy. Just take one big breath down the length of your right side body. And taking your time over your next breath or so, we're going to start to roll to the back body into our figure four. Right ankle will start to stack on top of your left thigh. Bend your left knee and either place your left foot to your yoga mat. Or if you'd like to, you can also bring that figure four all the way to your body, using your hands at the back of your left leg to bring the figure four close. As you start to open through your right hip, send your breath down into the space of your right hip. Feeling your exhale as an invitation to release and relax, move the attention away from that space of your body. Option for a little sway from side to side. We'll just take one more cycle of breath here. And heading to wind removing pose, second side, just start to send your right leg forward across the earth. And switch the grip to the top of your left shin. Pull your thigh in nice and close. Preparing for our twist, we'll take a deep breath in. And then exhale to rotate your left knee across your body, rinsing through your center. Once you settle into your supine twist, take one deep breath, reaching your breath down the length of your left side. As you be patient with the exhale, can you allow the exhale to empty out completely? Can you allow yourself to twist a little bit further, maybe? And when you're ready to start to bring it back to center, figure four, left ankle on your right thigh. Customizing the depth to what feels good for second side. Deciding if you'd like to be in stillness or if you'd like to explore a little bit of movement. And just like before, start to direct a breath down into your left hip. As you slowly release that breath away, visualize the tension from your left hip starting to unravel and unwind. So your left knee reaching forward in a way to deepen the stretch as you take one more cycle of breath. And we'll start to unwind our legs, start to bring both your knees to your chest. Make your way up to your tabletop pose. So taking a couple rocks the length of your spine if you'd like, or just tipping over to one side. And then as you find your tabletop and stack your joints, fingers nice and wide across the earth, we'll start with our cow pose. So your in-breath, begin to lift your heart and tailbone to the sky. Let your belly sink towards the earth. And as you exhale, press to the ground, round your spine into your cat pose. Let your head fall heavy. We'll take one more like this. Inhale to your cow pose. Begin to lift your heart and tailbone. And as you exhale, press and curl into your cat pose. And releasing the weight of your head to the space between your biceps. With your next breath in, find your cow pose, heart and tailbone scoop up, and then staying there as you exhale, shift a little bit forwards and backwards. We'll take another inhale here. And on your exhale, begin to press and round into your cat pose, and the same thing, find a little shift forwards and backwards. So we make our way to neutral through our spine. We'll step into a high plank pose just for a moment. So go ahead and step your feet back. Shoulders are stacked over your wrists as you take a breath in. Then from your belly strength, the downward facing dog, press your pelvis to the sky. Release the weight of your head again. Maybe take a slow pedal, reaching one heel towards the earth. And a slow switch to reach the opposite. And take one more breath in your downward facing dog, finding that big push through your arms, sending length up your side bodies. And eventually walk forward until you find your forward fold Uttanasana. Be offering some softness to your knees as you relax belly towards thighs. Take a little sway forwards and backwards. Maybe move your hips a little side to side. As you come back into stillness, allow some softness in your knees. And inhale to your halfway lift. Crown of the head will reach forward, tailbone lifts towards the ceiling. Maybe press your shins away. And exhale, forward fold release. With a deep inhale, we'll rise all the way to stand Urdhva Hastasana. Take your time to circle, sweep up high. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. Maybe close down your eyes. Coming back to our breath, our intention, we'll take a deep inhale together. And then open mouth, exhale to release. On your in-breath, reach to the ceiling again. Maybe look up towards the sky. On your exhale, goddess your arms, elbows press nice and wide. Really lift through your sternum. And inhale, reach tall again. And exhale to forward fold. Take your time, be soft in your knees as you dive down. We'll inhale to lengthen halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Then exhale to your high plank, plant your hands and step your feet back. And in your plank pose, just take a moment to find your setup, your foundation. Shoulders stacking over wrists, thighs active, front body engaged. Making sure your head is in line with your spine. Use an inhale to shift forward towards your tippy toes. And then knees up or knees on the earth. We're going to lower slowly to our bellies. Feel your elbows actively reaching straight backwards. So you actively stretch the crown of your head forward and lower all the way down. Untuck your toes and inhale to your low cobra, lift through your heart. And on your exhale, think about rooting through your hands as you pull your hands energetically back to your hips. Feel your heart stretch forward, your elbows stretch back, and then draw your elbows energetically to the midline of your body. Feeling that big engagement along your spine and the space between your shoulder blades. Take one more breath in. Then exhale to release. Elbows stay hugged in by your sides. Use your core and press to your child's pose. Just for a moment, reach your hips back to your heels. Lengthen through your spine. Take one big breath in and one slow breath out. From here, we'll inhale through our high plank, shifting forward, tuck your toes, lift your hips and knees. And exhale, downward facing dog, your belly strength draws your hips up and back. And with an inhale, lift your heels, rise to your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and then step or hop to the top, Uttanasana, forward fold. We'll inhale to our halfway lift, finding length and strength. And then exhale, forward fold, release. Big breath in, we circle sweep all the way to standing Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, once again, gathers hands to heart center, closing down your eyes. Full body breath in, fill your lungs all the way up. And then open mouth, exhale, release. And inhale, stretch tall, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to your goddess arms, open through your heart. Then inhale, reach high again. And follow your exhale to dive down to your forward fold. Breathe into your half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale to find high plank, step it back. From your plank, follow your inhale forward. Knees up or down, exhale slowly to your belly, lower all the way to the earth. Untuck your toes, we'll find our low cobra or high cobra as we inhale. And exhale right back down to the earth. Setting up for gecko pose, take your hands wider than your yoga mat. Bring your fingertips to the earth, elbows point up towards the sky. Drawing your shoulders out of your ears, take a big breath in, start to lift your heart through center. Option to push through your fingertips to lift a little bit taller. Good. Take one more moment here, really draw your chest forward and through. And then we'll dip our left shoulder towards the middle of our yoga mat, look over to the right side of the room. Follow your inhale back to center, cobra. And then exhale, right shoulder dips in as you twist your gecko. And we'll breathe back to center one more time. Deep inhale to rise up. Use your exhale to lower straight down. Hands come by your low ribs, preparing for cobra or upward facing dog. As you inhale, find your heart opening. Maybe lengthening your arms this time and floating your thighs. And then downward facing dog, hips go up and back. And we'll take one more sun A. As you're ready, from down dog, inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop to the front of your yoga mat. As you arrive, breathe into your halfway lift. Think about leaning forward slightly as you lengthen. And exhale, forward fold, release. We'll rise all the way to stand with an inhale, big circle sweep. And hands arrive to heart with exhale. Take a deep breath in. Cleansing, open mouth, exhale out. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, goddess arms lift through your sternum. Breath in, reach tall once again, and then exhale to your forward fold. Let it go. With your inhalation, lengthen halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale to your high plank, starting to set up our chaturanga this time. From your plank, use your inhale to find a little shift forward. Knees up or down, exhale, chaturanga, lower halfway or all the way. Big breath in brings you to up dog or cobra. And then as you breathe out, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. You settle back into your downward facing dog, take a big breath in. Then open mouth, exhale out. We'll inhale our right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Using your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Find that big push through your hands as you inhale. And slowly step your right foot forward to the top of your yoga mat with exhale. Maybe help your right foot there and then lower your left knee down to the earth on Janayasana. Take a big breath in, root through your right foot, lift through your heart and your hands. On exhale, your right hand's going to grab your left wrist. Side bend over to the right. Take one big breath into your left side body. And stay as you exhale. Then inhale, we'll rise to our center. As that breath empties out, bring your hands down to the earth. Lift your back knee and lengthen both of your legs for your hamstring stretch. As you lengthen through your legs, lengthen through your spine, taking one full cycle of breath. And then bend into your right knee, your front knee. We'll turn all 10 toes towards the left side of our yoga mat and bend our left knee for our lateral lunge. We're gonna add in a twist. So right fingertips or right hand can go to the earth or maybe to a yoga block, and then twist your left hand to the sky. Think about stretching your hips back in space. And as you lengthen through your spine, use your right hand to help twist you maybe a little bit deeper. One more big breath in. And then we'll exhale, low lunge to the front, bend into your right knee. Turn all 10 toes forward. As you lean into your strong right leg, chair pose, take a step to the top. Let your hips get low and then follow your inhale to lift through your heart and hands. And as you exhale, airplane arms, hands sweep down beside you. Keep your collarbones nice and wide. And then breathe your hands to heart center. We're going to begin to lean our energy into our left foot. Come to your right tippy toes. And as you feel steady in your left leg, flamingo your right heel up and in. Be finding a big flex through your right ankle. And focus your gaze and inhale to rise up, reach tall. Your one-legged mountain. On your out breath, figure four, right ankle will stack on your left thigh. Hands might return to heart center. And take a slow cycle of breath here, really stretching your sitting bones back and down. You can keep your hands at heart center if you'd like to. You can reach your hands overhead. There's a little extra encouragement of your booty to reach back towards that back edge of your yoga mat. With your next inhale, begin to rise up tall with your right leg. On exhale, we're going to travel through our airplane into high crescent lunge. So taking your time here, maybe a little softness to your standing leg. If you want to pause in your airplane for a breath, you might give your airplane its moment. And eventually your right toes are going to release to the earth. You'll find your high crescent lunge, nice big inhale. And exhale to your goddess arms, elbows open wide. And then inhale to reach high again. On exhale, we'll find our warrior two. Then for a moment, reverse your triangle to help release your left hip. So lengthen your left leg, reach your left hand high, deep in breath. Exhale back into your warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. This time we're going to keep our left knee bent. Inhale to reverse your warrior. And slowly exhale to your side angle pose, maybe elbow to thigh. And for a little extra challenge, you can bring your left arm on the inside of your left leg. Use your left arm as leverage to turn your sternum towards the ceiling. Take one more big breath in. On exhale, it's a low lunge to the top of our yoga mat. Hands are going to come down to the earth as we spin onto our right toes and square our hips. Planting through your right palm. Twist your left hand to the sky. Option to stay here, or to find side plank facing the left side of the room. So right hand is your base, left foot will step back. Near side plank pose, take one big breath in, finding lift through your hips. And exhale to your high plank pose, bring it back to center. Take an inhale in your plank. Exhale, chaturanga or downward facing dog. Just deciding what feels best in your body. And finding your way up and back to your downward facing dog. Your down dog, take a deep breath through your nose. Then open mouth, exhale, just let that breath go. Moving into second side, we're going to inhale our left leg to the ceiling, three-legged dog. And then as you exhale, start to bend your knee and open your hip. Reach your left foot towards the right side of the room for one more inhale. And big push through your arms, slow motion. Left foot's going to step forward as we exhale. Release your right knee to the earth. Anjaneyasana, inhale to lift through your heart and hands. On our exhale, left hand grabs right wrist, take a side stretch to the left. Elbows kind of wide here, relax your shoulders, take a big breath here. We'll rise to our center on inhale. As your hands find the earth with your exhale, find your hamstring stretch, so lift your back knee, lengthen both of your legs. And focusing back to our breath, a deep inhale here. And a slow, complete exhale here. So we bend into our front knee. We're preparing to turn. We're going to rotate to our right. Right knee bends for your side lunge or lateral lunge. Feel your hips stretch back in space. Then adding in your twist, left hand to the earth. Reach your right hand to the sky. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Really stretch your hips back. Maybe start to push through your left hand, using that power as leverage to twist a little bit deeper. Find your in-breath. And on your out-breath, low lunge to the front, bend into your left knee, turn all 10 toes forward. And step into your chair pose, right foot will meet your left. Sitting up from the earth, feet grounded, hips low, then we inhale to include our heart and hands. Exhale, airplane arms, sweep your hands back. As you breathe in, hands find heart center. And we'll start to shift into our strong right leg. Coming maybe to your left to be toes first. And once you feel ready, flamingo your left heel up and in. Draw your front ribs towards the back of your body to support your spine. Navel hugs in strong. With your gaze nice and focused, finding your drishti, we'll inhale to rise up with our left leg, reach towards the ceiling. Relax your shoulders away from your ears as you breathe out. And start to make your way into your figure four, left ankle on your right thigh. Hands might come to heart center as you set yourself up. Left ankle nice and flexed. Elongate through your spine. If you want to use your arms to help emphasize that elongation, reach through your fingertips to send your sitting bones a little bit further back and down. Making sure your gaze is still focused, your breath is flowing. Re-engage through your core, your strong right leg, and inhale to stand all the way back up. Big push through your right foot. On exhale, we'll fly back through our airplane pose. Our destination being our high crescent lunge eventually, but maybe you give your airplane one cycle of breath. Eventually using the strong energy of your right leg to place your left toes down for your high crescent, slow release, reach up tall. Okay, reconnect to your inhale, and then exhale, goddess arms, press your elbows wide. Breathing in, stretch tall to the sky. Exhale through your warrior two. To release our front hip, reverse your triangle, lengthen up and out with your inhale. And then return to warrior two as you exhale. Staying committed to the lunge, we'll inhale to reverse our warrior. And exhale to find side angle pose. Thinking about maintaining as much length through both side bodies as we can. And you press width across your collarbones. And you can use your right arm to help rotate your heart towards the ceiling. Maybe you look up to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale, low lunge to the front. So you find your low lunge, plant down through your left palm, twist your right hand to the sky. You always have the option to stay here, or we're going side plank to face the right side of the room. Big push away of the earth. Using your breath in to help create buoyancy at your hips. And then exhale to your high plank, slowly bring it through your center. Once you find your plank pose, take an inhale, check in with yourself. Exhale, down dog or chaturanga, what feels right in this moment. Maybe taking a moment in child's pose after you've completed your flow. We'll find just 3 cycles of breath before we move into our next layer. You might grab a sip of water, or just come back to that steady rhythm of inhale in. Slow, complete exhale out. And the awareness of your heartbeat in your chest. After your 3rd breath, just taking as much time as you need, we'll shift back into our downward facing dog. This next layer is going to feel very, very similar to what we just explored. There'll be a couple moments of add-ons if you want to take them. Feel free to return to any previous variations we worked with before. In your down dog, take a big breath in. And then open mouth, exhale, release. We'll inhale, right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, knee to nose as you shift forward, pull your thigh into your chest. Inhale, 3-legged dog, right leg reaches up and back. This time, exhale, right foot in between your hands, take a big step with your right foot to the top. Back knee is going to stay lifted this time. High crescent lunge, follow your inhalation to rise to standing. On your exhale, right hand grabs your left wrist. Side body stretch over to your right. Full breath into your left side. Engaging through your core, let your hips get a little bit earthier as you exhale. With our in-breath, we'll rise to center. Out breath, prayer twist, left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Back knee can be up or down. We use our left elbow to help us twist our hearts around. Maybe peeking over your right shoulder for a breath. Before we transition, engage through your core, begin to push through your feet. Inhale to your high crescent lunge, 1 big push to rise through center. And exhale your hands down to the earth. Lengthen both of your legs, find your hamstring stretch. Take a deep breath in. Slow breath out. Bend into your right knee, and then turn all 10 toes to the left. Bend into your left knee for your lateral lunge. Right hand goes to the earth, twist your left hand to the sky, take an inhale. Low lunge to the front as we exhale, rebend your right knee, turn all 10 toes forward. To your chair pose, take a mindful step to the top. And as you inhale, lift through heart and hands. Exhale, airplane arms. Then inhale, hands to heart. Starting to lean into your left foot, use your out breath to really press your left foot into the ground. Eventually finding your flamingo through your right leg. As we inhale, we'll rise to standing one-legged mountain. And exhale, figure four, right ankle and left thigh, maybe hands to heart. You can stay here. You could work your elbows towards your shin bone. Or if you want to explore a twist, you're going to keep your gaze straight down towards the earth. If it's interesting, use your core to rotate your heart towards the left. Okay. If it's available, maybe your right elbow comes towards the arch of your right foot. Otherwise, you can just float your right elbow in space using the strength of your center. We'll use an inhale to rise all the way to standing. Take your time, recruit your core. Maybe extend your right leg forward at the top for a little extra challenge. And an airplane pose, take your time to slowly send it backwards. Give your airplane one big breath in, finding length and lift. Exhale, high crescent lunge, right toes release. We'll breathe our heart, our hands up to the sky. As we exhale, goddess arms, pressing open through your elbows. Inhale, stretch tall. Exhale, warrior two. Breathe in to reverse your triangle. On your out breath, return to warrior two. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Exhale, side angle pose. Maybe this time extend your side angle as you take a big breath. And as you breathe out, right hand to the earth. As you spin onto your right toes, twist your left hand to the sky. Staying here, option for your side plank. You can either step your left foot back to stagger or stack, or maybe you lift your left leg up this time. Take a big, big breath in. Take your time. How slow can you go? High plank pose, using your entire breath out. In breath in your high plank. And then chaturanga or downward facing dog as that breath empties over. Good. We'll meet back in our downward facing dog. As you find yourself there, take a deep breath through your nose. And then open mouth, exhale, letting go. We'll make our way through second side, and then we'll start to bring it to the earth. As you're ready, inhale, reaches left leg tall. Exhale to bend your knee and open your hip. Take a big breath in. Then knee to nose as you breathe out, draw it forward. Three-legged dog, inhale, stretches left leg up. As you exhale, step your left foot to the top. Slow and strong, we'll inhale to our high crescent lunge. Left hand will grab your right wrist, take a tip to the left side of the room. Find a big breath in. And slow breath out. Inhaling through our center, we'll lengthen up. Then we exhale to our prayer twist, right elbow sweeps across. Perhaps adjusting your feet if you need to scoot your right toes back or widen your stance. And before we transition anywhere, engage through your core, press through your feet. You can also use that push of your feet to help light up your core. Big breath in, high crescent lunge, just one moment. And exhale your hands down to the earth. Lengthen through your legs, take one breath in. And one breath out. And bend into your left knee. And then rotate all 10 toes to the right and bend your right knee for your side lunge. Left hand to the earth, twist your right hand to the sky. Offer your body one big breath in. As you breathe out, low into the front, bend your left knee, turn all 10 toes forward. To your chair pose, right foot steps to the front. We'll lift through heart and hands. Exhale, find a little airplane arm action. Sweep your hands back, collarbones broaden. And then bring your hands to heart center. Getting strong to your right foot, begin to flamingo your left heel up and in. We'll root to rise, and inhale brings us up. And exhale guides us into our figure four. Perhaps staying right here to focus on our breath. If the twist was interesting to you, again, keeping your gaze focused down at the earth is going to be really, really helpful as you use your core to rotate your heart to the right. Just keep your gaze locked on a single point in front. Okay? Feel your body twist in space. From wherever you are, an inhale will start to bring you up to standing. If you'd like to, send your left leg long in front of you. We'll exhale through our airplane pose. Perhaps giving your airplane one big breath in before you step into your high crescent lunge on exhale out. Then a big lift through your heart space. Really think about your rib cage drawing up and off your pelvis, and then keep the upward energy of your rib cage as you go to goddess arms, elbows go wide. So we keep that distance between upper half and lower half. We'll inhale to reach tall. Exhale, warrior two. With your breath, reverse your triangle, fill up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to reverse your warrior, right knee stays bent. Exhale, side angle, or maybe even your extended side angle if you want to reach your left hand all the way overhead. Okay. Starting to move into our low lunge. Hands come to the earth as you spin onto your left toes. Plant your left palm and twist your right hand high. Staying here, finding any version of side plank. Option to maybe lift your right leg this time if you're feeling spicy and adventurous. Take a big breath in. Exhale, high plank, slow through center. Take an inhale. Chaturanga or downward facing dog as you exhale. And from your downward facing dog, once you arrive, step or hop to the top of your yoga mat, forward fold. Take an inhale to lift up halfway. And as you exhale, bend your knees and have a seat. We're going to do a little seated moment before we lay down. Maybe grab a sip of water as you make your way into a cross-legged seat. We'll go right shin in front to start. You can either keep cross legs or you can find your double pigeon if you want to stack right shin on top of left, your fire locks. Making sure to flex your feet if you're in your double pigeon. On inhale, we're going to take a big circle seat to reach up high. And as we exhale, we're going to take a side bend leaning to our left. And take one big breath here. You can bend through your grounded elbow to find a little more depth if that's available. We'll inhale to rise up, and then exhale to forward any amount. Whether you're in double pigeon or cross-legged forward fold, thinking about the length of your spine as the initiation towards depth. So think, as I inhale, I feel my heart lengthen forward. That length gives me more space to exhale towards the earth. So you're ready to rise up, take a nice big breath in, maybe reach it tall. Exhaling, goddess arms, elbows go wide. Your hands start to fall down to the earth to release beside you. Leaning back, just switch out your legs. So opposite leg will come in front or on top. Adjusting your sits bones to the earth. Inhale, reach tall again. And exhale to lean over to your right side. Again, you can bend through your bottom elbow to help lean you into your side body stretch. Just take one cycle of breath. Inhale tall through center. And exhale into your forward bend. And as you go forward, thinking about elongation of your spine as well. So every inhale, we lengthen. Think about tipping your pubic bone forward to the earth. And exhale, we soften. Just take 2 more cycles of breath. Following a breath in, rise up tall, reach up tall. Exhale through your goddess arms. Hands will fall to release to the earth. Leaning back, unwind your legs, sending them out in front of you. You can either do like a little shakeout or a windshield wiper, whatever feels good. And then we're gonna start to make our way down to the back body. So knees bent at the top of your yoga mat, flex your heels into the earth. And as you create your heel anchors, take a big breath in, reach up tall. On exhale, we'll use our core to slowly start to roll down, drawing in through your front ribs as you start to descend. Working to keep your hands overhead for as long as you can. And eventually starting to reach your hands forward as you guide your back body to the earth. Once you arrive to your yoga mat, reach into a full body stretch, taking a breath in, maybe some circles through ankles and wrists again. And exhale to gather knees to chest. Pulling your thighs to your heart space, a little sway from side to side. Then hands at the fronts of our kneecaps, we're going to take a modified happy baby. So we'll start here, let your knees go wide and then forward. Yeah, so your shoulders are drawing gently away from your ears. And if you want to reach up to your ankles or your feet, feel free to reach into your happy baby here. And from whatever variation of happy baby you're in, take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, release your knees to your chest and just let both knees fall to the left into a gentle twist. Just kind of melting your legs to the left side of your yoga mat. It doesn't need to be exact. Spending 1 to 2 cycles of breath here. Your third or so inhale will bring you back through the midline. Take a moment, and then with your exhale, let both your knees fall to the right, gentle twist, second side. As you find your twist, maybe letting your eyes drop shut. As you offer your breath to your left side body. And you soften through your jaw, maybe release your teeth. Relaxing the area across your forehead, the muscles to your face, and the space between your brows. We'll inhale back through center, keeping your knees bent. Exhale to set up for your bridge pose. Place your feet to the earth, about hips distance. Once you have your heels stacked beneath your knees, take a big inhale. Then exhale to press through your feet, lift through your pelvis, find your bridge pose. So in the grounded energy of your feet rooting into the earth, the integration of your entire body in the shape as you take 2 to 3 cycles of breath. Be noticing how the connection of the four corners of your feet changes the experience up the lengths of your legs. How it feels different when you press more into your big toe mound or your heels, right, or your toes. Just feeling all those tiny nuances of the shape rooted in your feet. And then once you're ready to release, take a big breath in. On your exhale, slow and controlled, begin to lower all the way down. When your hips arrive to the earth, find your Supta Konasana butterfly. Soles of your feet will come together. Let your knees fall open wide. Maybe closing down your eyes here as we bring our awareness to our breath again. Feeling the powerful ebb and flow of inhale in and exhale out. And take maybe 3 more cycles of breath in your butterfly. And when you're ready to start to make your journey to Savasana, reach your hands to the outsides of your thighs and gather your knees back into your chest. Perhaps you curl your nose up to your knees, drawing into a little cannonball shape as you take a breath in. And on your exhale, start to send your arms and legs long, allowing your eyes to close as you sink into the support of the earth below. Take a moment to make any final adjustments to your shape, to how you've landed. As you sink in, as you settle in, as your head, shoulders, and hips get heavy, as your arms and legs release and relax. Coming back to this intention of seeing the moments in front of us as opportunities, embracing the moments that are handed to us as opportunities. We'll take a deep inhale in, filling up all the way. Then open mouth exhale. Allowing yourself a couple minutes of stillness and quiet so your practice can integrate and you have an opportunity just to be in your body as you are. in this last minute or so of your Savasana. Turning your focus inward to your inner landscape and just noticing the thoughts and feelings that are moving through. Allowing any thoughts and feelings that are moving through, right, to make their appearance, their offering, and for you to just observe. And our emotions, the energies that we experience can be really helpful tools and valuable insights. Sometimes we don't make the space to mindfully tune in and listen. We just allow ourselves to be carried by them. So tuning in to the energies that are present, maybe any messages that are held within those energies, so we can better understand our inner landscape and how that inner landscape drives us through every moment of every day, so that we can move through each moment of each day with greater understanding and greater connection. Bringing our hands to heart center, we'll close our practice with a final moment of gratitude, of deep appreciation for this practice and all that this practice offers us. A gratitude for our bodies and our breath, the beat of our heart and our chest, our physical health, well-being, and capabilities, and the health and well-being of those around us. And in gratitude, we'll just take one more big breath through the nose, fill up all the way. And then open mouth exhale to release, let that breath go. The yoga offers us a path to compassion, always leading us and guiding us to live with greater authenticity and to love more deeply each and every day. Thank you so much for being here this morning, making this time in your day, this space in your day to move and breathe and be present. And namaste.